things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We got a great show lined up for you guys today. It's a little rainy out, ladies and gentlemen, but that is spring going into April. And every day is a good day. Every day above ground is a good day. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Now we got a lot of great things to talk about today. First of all, let's take care of some business. Get right down to the bottom of the page there, folks. TonyOceanMusic.com to book a show. 847-769-8609. Now, folks, every show is dedicated to the first responders out there working very hard, but especially it's dedicated to people like you. And the format has not changed. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have guests. Tuesday is call-in Tuesday. Thursday, my lovely wife, co-host Laura's on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're trying to do the best we can. And thank you guys for tuning in. We get more cards, more of these letters and stories and stuff to talk about. And we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Let's go right to our full number one sponsor, folks. That's right. Let's not forget our good buddies from McCampbell Law Group. Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, a statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. If you're looking for a lawyer, and he's the big guy right out of Rosemont, Illinois, our good friend Roy McCampbell Law Group. And let's not forget our good buddies from Airtight Windows, everybody. Airtight Windows, siding specialist, family owned for 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call my buddy Lou at 708-788-5000. Now, folks, if you don't like Facebook, but obviously you're on Facebook, but you can other places that you can see the show. You can see us down on Twitter there, folks. If you go right, there's the sign how to get on Twitter and watch us there. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, everybody. Ocean's Pit and the Tony Ocean Show right there. You can see the show on Twitter and YouTube besides here on Facebook. Let's not forget Don Esteban Cigars getting those hand-rolled cigars delivered right to your home, hand-rolled, right from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Give my buddy Javier a call at 727-366-7536. And let's not forget Trico Hair Experts right out of Rosemont, Illinois. My good buddy Anthony and Carmela recreating great hair days, folks. Don't forget about the comb overs, the sprays, and the hats. Carmela and Anthony does an incredible job. 773-999-7888. That's Trico Hair Experts. We got a great show for you. First, I want to thank yesterday I had a night off. Don't have too many because I'm probably booked from now to the end of the year every Wednesday through Sunday. So I only have Mondays and Tuesdays off. And but yesterday I had a day off and I went to go see a very good friend of mine who I've known, who's been a hero of mine in the music business for a lot of years, Joe Catafio. And used to be in a band called J50s and the Giant Killers. And, was with Dick Clark for a lot of years. And he was actually the band responsible for taking the U.S. tour around and performing for all the troops. He did that for many, many years. So yesterday he was doing a show at a place called Puck's Pub in Lake Bluff, Illinois. Tuesday night, he asked me to come and sing a couple songs. So it was nice to see Joe there, of course, and Keith Grant on guitar, which used to be with J50s. Also used to work with me a lot. Keith Grant was there. It was great seeing, of course, Jimmy Sands from Shadows of the Night. So I got to do a Beatles song with them, and that was fantastic. And then, of course, we all got to sing Gloria at the end. Gloria, Gloria. So it was a great night yesterday. So thank you, Jim DiCafio, for that. Contafio, I appreciate it so much for that. And Keith and seeing everybody. So that was great. We got a lot to talk about today, folks. Let me tell you, tonight we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle. That's a 7:30 hit, celebrating my sister Tanya's birthday. It's going to be a lot of fun, along with Jeff Dubray. That's tonight. Tomorrow we'll be at Cucina, Zaza's Cucina in Park Ridge. That's a 7:30 hit with my good buddy Jerry Jams Renda. Saturday, returning to River Cafe in River Grove. Have not been there on a Saturday in a long time. So it's going to be this Saturday with Ryan O'Ryan. And Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, the return of Ryan O'Ryan. He is back, so we're excited about that. A lot more good things to talk about. So before we start the show, don't forget we also got my good buddy Greg on from Taverna on Division. So before let's go, how about we go showtime?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Thank you, everybody, Nelson, and welcome everybody to Ocean's Pit. It is Wednesday, the 30th of March. I want to say, make sure you guys go out, guys, and look up Hardcore Italians Chicago. Like them, one of the new sponsors of the Tony Ocean Show. That's Hardcore Italians. Give them a little like on their Facebook page. They got Hardcore Italians. The nation is all over. They got over 4 million followers, and that's between New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, but go to the one from Chicago, put Hardcore Italian Chicago and like the page. One of our new sponsors, Mike and the crew, they're actually making brand new t-shirts for our new 30th anniversary show coming up. We got a big show coming up, folks. That's going to be May 29th at the Des Plaines Theater, Sunday, Tony Ocean's 30th anniversary show. And produced by Ron Onesti, Nick Sahajas, the piano man, about a 10-piece band behind us. And I'm going to have so many special guests. It's going to be popping all night long. The show starts at 3 o'clock. You can get your tickets at oshows.com. Besides the Jersey Girls and Rat Pack and the Dream Police and Regina Karma, Kim Peterson LeFew, Diva Montel, Matt Cassane, my new rock band Mojo's Jukebox will be performing, and they're actually on the road right now with the band Chicago, Mistaken Identity. They're Mistaken Identity when they're not with me, and they're with me, they're Mojo's Jukebox. So a lot of great guests are going to be there. John Vincent from the Chicago Cubs, of course, singing the national anthem and singing songs with us. So it's going to be great. Just a lot of fun. And then Mojo's Jukebox will be playing the after party. So it's going to be great. Show starts at 3 o'clock Sunday, May 29th, oshows.com at the Des Plaines Theater, around Onesti Production. So a lot of good stuff. Let's say hello to some people that are watching today. Albert, how you doing? Helen, Marion, I hope you're doing. Marion, soon you're going to get your autographed Jim McMahon picture magazine that you won. And of course, Dennis won the Bill Melton picture. David Gage, how you doing? Now tomorrow, folks, is my 2-year anniversary for Ocean's Pit. So my lovely wife and me got a great show planned. 2 years we made it, folks. Still alive and still kicking. So tune in tomorrow for our 2-year anniversary of Ocean's Pit. Now we're going to have a guest coming on in a couple minutes, my good buddy Greg from Taverna on Division and the Joint Pizzeria. Now, we had Greg on when we first started the show. He was kind enough to come on, and he's going to come back on just a couple more minutes here, talk about what it's like between bouncing back from the COVID-19 and the restrictions and all that. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about my guest on Friday coming up. Look at this. Look familiar? She was a honey bear. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Patricia, my good friend, was a honey bear and still comes and sees the Tony Ocean Show a lot. She's also part of this brand new book called Missing from the Sidelines, folks. It's the untold stories of the Chicago Honey Bears NFL cheerleaders book. She's part of the book. She's going to be there. So I'm so excited to have her, my good friend, Patty Centromano. So that's going to be on Fridays. She'll be our guest. So make sure you turn in. Find out why the Honey Bears are not with the Bears anymore. I could probably figure out they don't want to pay it. That's just my opinion, but what do I know? Anyway, folks, so we're excited about that. A couple other things. Don't forget now also we're part of the St. Jude's benefit Sunday, May 1st at the Arcada Theater. Nick Sahajas and Phyllis Sahajas, of course, putting together the benefit for her brother, Jimmy Zito. So that's going to be with a bunch of great singers will be performing there that night as well. Our next road trip will be Sunday, April 24th with the St. Louis, Missouri for the Casa Loma Ballroom in St. Louis. I'm excited about that with Ocean's Rat Pack, Bill Saratella, Elliot Winbush, and we bump into Everett Dean. So it's the Rat Pack meets Elvis Sunday at the Casa Loma Ballroom, April 24th. All right. Without any further ado, let's get down to business. This gentleman I've known for many years. He's got one of the best Italian restaurants in the city and suburbs of Chicago called Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, Illinois. It was so successful that he opened up a little pizza place right next door called the Joint Pizzeria, which has you can get some quick pizzas, quick food there, folks, and some gaming. And then you've got the fine dining with the Taverna. And then, of course, the giant patio, and voted the #1 patio in the city of and the suburbs of Chicago, which is pretty cool to have that on your resume. And he was on back in 2020, and we're going to bring him on to see What's been happening? His opinion of the restaurants now that everybody's, are they coming back? What's the deal with the health and the employees and all this stuff? Without any further ado, he's a busy man. Let's bring him on. My good buddy, Greg. How you doing, pal?
Hi, Mo. How are you, pal?
Good, buddy. How are you, my friend?
Living the dream.
Yeah, you look great. Greg, thanks for being on again. I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a lot of shit going on. We talked about, first of all, before we get into the whole thing, let's talk a little bit of history about you. Greg, how did you get into the restaurant business? Where did it all start?
I started bartending for Jimbo in Bridgeport when I was 21 years old.
God bless. And you had it in you, right?
Yeah, my grandparents owned a restaurant, and I watched them since I was a kid. I would wash dishes at 9 years old.
Unbelievable. So that bought it in you. So how long have you had Taverna?
I bought it in September. We bought it in September of 17.
Greg, why Melrose Park?
Well, I live in Melrose Park. I work for Melrose Park, so why not Melrose Park?
Why am I at Melrose Park? Makes it good. It's a fantastic place. Now, of course, the food is great. What would you say your most, let's go just basically on your food. What's your biggest seller, you think, food-wise?
Pretty much everything. I mean, we went off the original, Anthony's original menu, the previous owner, and just built on top of that. Everything pretty much on the menu sells.
Absolutely. And what about liquor sales? Do you do better on beer, wine, or hard liquor?
No, we sell a ton of wine.
Wine is your thing.
Yeah, beer is a very small percentage.
What about, is it more red wine or white wine?
I would say red.
Greg, do you guys have your own stock, your own label of something? Are you guys working on something like that you were talking about?
Yes, I am going to have Taverna label our own stock of Cabernet and a Pinot Grigio.
And Pinot Grigio, so they'll be able to get that there. So you got a fine dining restaurant. It was great. What made you guys open the joint next door?
Well, we kind of capitalize on the whole crowd in Melrose Park. Some people feel uncomfortable coming in here with T-shirts and jeans on. So I figured, well, let's open the place next door and, make it more of like the sports bar, put the machines in there, make it more relaxed.
Right. And that pizzeria, they're more than just pizza?
Oh, yeah, I have a full menu there. It's actually, we named it because everybody would say, why don't we go next door? Why don't we go next door? We named it the Joint Next Door.
The Joint Next Door. There you go. Perfect. Greg, okay. And let's talk about that. First of all, that great fire pit. Where did that come from? Where did you come up with that idea?
That was an original build from the previous owner. He built a small version of that in his yard. And then it was kind of like the prototype and then just made this huge one here.
And it's made a big difference for customers when they come in. If it's a little chilly, you put that thing on, it feels like they're still inside.
Oh, absolutely. I even turned my heat on in my restaurant. We put the enclosure up last year.
Yeah. And
that pretty much heats the entire restaurant.
Let me ask you something, Greg. That enclosure that went up, by the way, was fantastic that you did that, and it made a lot of people. I know did you do that purposely for the COVID-19, or was that always in your mind?
No, it was always in my mind to do it. That kind of sped the process up a little bit. It probably wasn't the right time to do it, but it worked out, and it works out in the summer. It's all year. In the wintertime, I've got an extra 40 seats. In the summertime, if it rains, I got an extra 40 seats outside.
40 seats. Yeah. That's unbelievable you did that. Now let's go back, even though COVID is over, but let's go back. What were you saying? How many employees you probably had in 2019? Employees, fully staffed. What was the kitchen? How many did you have working for you at that time on a Monday through Friday, Sunday?
Well, I think we've got 13 total. And I really only lost one guy in the kitchen, and I pretty much replaced him. Not too far after that.
Okay, so then
I really didn't. There's a lot of places that got hit pretty hard, and fortunately, we didn't.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You know what? My employees are. They spend time at my house on holidays, and they're very loyal to me, and I'm very loyal to them.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. Speaking of some of your employees, some of our family with your family working, congratulations on your son becoming a fireman. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling to have your son do that. You feel, and it's also a little scary though, too, right?
Well, you know what? I mean, it's just like anything. I mean, it's a scary job, but you learn how to do it properly, and he's going to be taught properly, and he'll be fine.
And he'll be fine. My good buddy Greg, ladies and gentlemen, from Tavern on Division, ladies and gentlemen.
But I definitely couldn't do it here without Jen and the boys, for sure.
Oh, Jen is your rock right there, and the boys working there. Jen is there all the time. Jen meets people, says hello to people when they walk in, and besides Greg doing it himself. And so it's just a great group. Real fast, let's talk about quick sponsor real fast. We got a couple seconds here. Just put them in here. Deutsch Power Center out of let's see, Great Lakes, serving the construction and diesel industry the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois. Please call our phone cell at 224-276-6550. That's Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois. My good buddy Greg from Taverna on Division. Greg, when you started, what was people's reaction, customers' reaction? Oh my God, the COVID thing, we can't come in, curbside service. What was that all like?
Well, we were really never closed.
Yeah.
Because my thoughts were either we close business and we close forever, or they close us down and we close forever. So I took my chances.
Yeah.
We did the right thing. We would have people at the bar and they would spread themselves out. And I took a row of tables out to be able to spread tables out. Then I had this enclosure, which obviously helps a lot.
Yeah.
Once summertime came, the outside, it's like people didn't care.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. But I know what I liked about you, and I think you did it twice, if I'm correct. You said, hey, guys, we're closing down today. Somebody had it. We're going to clean up. You brought in a company to come in and, you brought a company to come in and clean the restaurant, which, close the door for a couple hours or whatever it was for a day and got that done. That's pretty cool because you were always on top of things like that.
Well, you know what? It's just you make people feel better being clean. And I'm kind of a stickler on that. I walk past something on the ground, I pick it up,
Yeah.
and I've got a customer that comes in here and every time he comes in here, he wants to go in the kitchen, and he's in the restaurant business. And he says, Greg, you got the cleanest kitchen I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, that's cool. But it's got a lot to do with you and your employees who take care of that. Because
and the guys in the back respect their job.
Yeah. And that's why that works that well. Greg, when you get to the point when you finally opened up again, the difference, actually, you guys didn't close a lot, but more people coming in now, or that's changed? I mean, you get more people. I mean, still bitching and moaning. Do you get more people wear the masks? Anybody still give you that?
No. You know what? Not really. I mean, we didn't have a lot of people coming in that, they would ask. They would say, do we have to wear these? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're supposed to wear them. But if you take them off, I'm not going to arrest you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to police it.
Yeah, and how about the health department? Were they pretty hard, Greg, on a lot of restaurants, you think?
Yeah, they were, and a lot of places, a lot of great places closed because of all this. Yeah. Places 20, 30, 40, 50 years in business.
Another thing I noticed too sometimes with a lot of business, not just yours, but when you're a successful business, you have another business that might be down the street that's not as successful, and everybody, they got a yap and they got a call and they got to complain. And you see that all the time. How does that affect the neighborhood?
Well, it happens. I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood that they had 11 restaurants on one block or within 3 blocks, and everybody got along and everybody made money. Right. When Richie Mancini was opening up down the block, sure. He's a great shot. And I wish there were 15 restaurants on Division Street. Right. It just brings more people to Melrose Park, not just to Verna, but everywhere. They come by me on a Friday, they go there on a Saturday.
Yeah, it keeps it in return like that. I do notice that. What do you think about these customers that come in and now, because of the COVID and stuff at the time, and maybe the food didn't come out fast enough, or they didn't get their seat fast enough, and they automatically go to Yelp and they say, I went to this restaurant and blah, 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 especially during the time when restaurants were barely making it and trying to survive. Now, once it's, if I understand myself right, once it's on Yelp, it's very hard to get off, correct?
Correct, unless they remove it.
Unless they remove it.
Or
So,
if it's something, something really bad that Yelp decides it shouldn't be on there. But I respond to every review, every single review, good or bad.
Okay. So, yeah. So what do you think? What do you think of these people when they have no, I mean, what could possibly be bad at a restaurant? Okay.
Well,
I mean,
you know
if
what?
you're half hour late or whatever, but I mean, come on. Really?
People don't, I mean, most people get it, and some people that don't. Sometimes just things don't come out in a timely manner, or, you got 150 people here, all put the orders in at the same time. Listen, most of the time you're coming here to see a show. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So we do our best to, I sit back in the kitchen and I watch, and if I think a ticket's going a little bit too long, they hear me.
Right. You go out and you say, well,
But
Richard
these guys in the back been in the game a long time, and they're good at what they do. I'll put my chefs up against anybody in the city.
Yeah, you've got great food and you got great staff over there. They're always on fire. Richard Hamlin, one of our friends and listeners, there's a special place in hell for Yelpers.
Well, you know what? Some people are just miserable. And I have a customer, a really, really good customer, Sal and Rosalie Manzo.
Fantastic.
And Rosalie tells me all the time, you're just not the normal restaurateur. Everybody, sometimes the customer's not always right. And if they're not right, they're going to hear my end of it. And if they don't like it, then they can go somewhere else.
Greg, let me ask you something. You go out, I know you don't go out too often because you're always busy, but when you want to go out for an Italian food, if it's not a taverna or in your kitchen, where do you go?
Well, my old neighborhood. I mean, Bacchanalia's restaurant on Oakley Avenue is best of the best. They've been there for 50 plus years. Danny Pieri and his sister. I love the Erie Cafe, Italian Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And somewhere close, I go by Jimmy Marchese. Jimmy's got great food there. He's a very dear friend of mine also.
Yeah, great food as well. And
unfortunately, I'm not able to get out much, but.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not, and I know you like to spend some time in Arizona. You think about maybe packing up, going up there, you think soon.
There's a lot of interesting news coming out of Taverna soon.
Well, that's very good. All right, another thing. How about the people that come in with the wine? You get the snobs in there with the cork or drink a little bit, return the bottle. Does that happen a lot, Greg, in the restaurant business?
No, you know what? It does. And, it happens, you get a bad bottle of wine. It's not my fault, but you do get sometimes, but very, very, very little.
And you think its bottle is bad? Do you taste it after they say it's bad?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoy drinking wine. I've been, I make my own wine also, Jen and I. So, I enjoy drinking wine. So you could tell if it's bad, it's bad.
It's bad. We talk about Melrose Park, a town of different cultures from all over. It's been around forever, of course. Why Melrose Park you live in with your family? Why that town?
Well, I started dating my wife. She's from Melrose Park. We got married. I moved to Melrose Park, and I started with the Village right after that. So I've been with the Village going on 21 years.
Yeah, and you get the people sometimes that don't know Melrose Park or don't know Elmwood Park, and they have it's that mob, the Italian, blah 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 blah. I mean, there's still people out there that actually believe that when they come to certain. I know when some people come to a couple of our gigs and stuff, they must have a meeting or something must be going on because it's like I think there's people like to believe this shit. I mean, they really look for stuff to talk about.
Well, I always say Al Capone died in the 40s.
Yeah. He's done. He doesn't live here anymore, right? He's gone. Greg, what would you say to somebody right now that wanted to open up a restaurant or a bar? What would be your advice?
You better love it or lock it up.
And location is the big thing. Location. Really, is that the thing?
Sure. We're here on Division Street. I mean, we're in the middle of a residential neighborhood. If you put me on North Avenue, would it be different? I don't know.
And gaming has helped so much with the restaurants.
Sure. Sure.
There's a lot of they have. How many are you guys allowed to have in your establishment?
6 machines.
6. And what would you say the profit is? How much you think you make from those machines, roughly? You don't have to come out with an actual.
You know what? A lot of places do very, very, very well. Especially, the whole design of the poker machines were to help these mom and pop places,
right?
Kind of make it work. And it has helped a lot of those places. But then these little cafes kind of, got in through loopholes and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it helps the place. It helps, there's 3 things that last a test of time: liquor, women, and gambling.
And gambling. Yeah, that's true. It's going to be involved in everything. I just want to say, first of all, thanks for all the work and stuff that you give all the great entertainers in the Chicagoland area. We do appreciate that, and the patience that you have, especially with me. And besides that, it's a different world now, and you see people now different with the restaurants and stuff like that. Do you think this is over, this pandemic thing? Do you think it's?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are finally found that it's really not what it was. Yes, people died. It was terrible. I mean, it was terrible. But
sure,
you got to live your life. You can't shelter anymore.
No, and it's right. And you know what, Greg, everything that's going on in the world, that, I'm going to be 60 in December. I'm just saying to myself that what's the future for the kids and grandkids? No matter, it's a pretty scary world out there.
It's going to be bad for them. I mean, we won't be here, but hopefully we'll be looking down.
Yeah.
Saying I told you so.
Yeah, I told you so is right. So, okay, I just got to throw one out, yeah. Favorite hot dog in Chicago, where are you going?
It's a good question. Favorite hot dog?
Hot dog.
I would say Jimmy's.
Okay, very good. All right, that's part of my top 2 too. All right,
I'm not a huge fan of the one on River Road. I'm not a huge hot dog fan to begin with, but if I had to pick, I would pick Jimmy's.
Yeah, I'm not a big hot dog guy either. Okay, let's go to Italian beef and sausage combo.
Johnny's is pretty good.
Yeah,
Scatchels is my favorite.
I like Scatchels too. That's pretty good too.
And he's also a pretty dear friend of mine also.
There you go. Pizza. Where are you going on pizza?
Well, Villanova my entire life was my favorite.
There you go. Thin crust?
Thick. Yes.
Gotta be
no, pub style. Square cut pub style.
Okay, let's go to Chinese food.
New Star.
Yeah, of course. New Star. How about ethnic Mexican food?
You know what? I tell you what, that new, I mean, just for a quick burrito or tacos, that cilantro, that guy does fantastic.
Yeah, he does a good
job. He's got great, very, very good food.
All right, last but not least, you're going out fine dining. I mean, you're really going out. Big meal, steakhouse. Where are you going?
Erie Cafe, 100 times out of 100 times.
And everybody tells me the same thing about that, but then everybody says Gibson's and Carmine's and more. Nothing wrong with those places.
Carmine's too. I'm friends with the Dana family. George is a very good friend of mine. They got great food.
Yeah,
they got great food. But I go places that I know. I go to Carmine's. Me and my wife go to Carmine's a lot. I go to like a steakhouse. I've just been going there for years, and I've never been disappointed. So why change?
Why change is right. Well, you know what?
And I'm not big on those big corporate places, the Gibsons. It's just okay. I'm not saying they're bad, but to me, you got the old school Italian steakhouse at the Erie Cafe, and it's awesome.
And last question, Greg, because I know you're busy, buddy, but the dress codes and stuff like that at one time, I know you really can't enforce that much anymore, or you can or you can't. What do you feel about that? I mean, I see people, they come over by your place, they're always pretty dressed up, but sometimes you're right, you get some scuttle coming in later on in the evening. How do you handle that?
Well, I mean, my wife, she's pretty rough with stuff like that. So she usually gets me and she goes, "What are you going to do?" And I'm like, well, I have to say something, Yeah. I had a gentleman last summer take his shirt off on the patio, and that unfortunately didn't end well, but
It didn't end well. And what's the reaction though when these kids and people come in thinking, I mean, right?
I just tell them, look around. Is anybody else dressed like that?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Go back to your backyard or your patio. Anyway,
listen, you could have jeans on and a nice shirt and still look presentable.
And you're absolutely right. We have my good buddy Greg from Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. Also, the Joint Pizzeria will be at Taverna on the 23rd, Saturday night, and we're excited back about that, coming back on a Saturday finally for a change. Anyway, Greg, thank you for your time. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for what you do. And let's just best of luck you and your family, my friend. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you very much.
You got it. Greg, my good buddy Greg, ladies and gentlemen, from Taverna on Division on Melrose Park, and the Joint Pizzeria right next door. Fine dining at finest. On the other side, you got a little pizza, a little gambling, but it's also a full menu in the next door, the Joint next door. So make sure you check that out. I hope you guys are Maria Gross. I can't take off my shirt. That goes keeps the shirt empty. Yeah, well, Marion, there you go. I mean, nobody takes off. There you go. Jackie Gale. Yes, Greg and Jennifer are the best. Jack Gale, also good friend of ours. Where's your favorite steak place? Kathy Delaney. Greg said the Erie Cafe. My favorite, that's probably one of the best. I like Chicago Prime, of course, because I do work there, but I also do love it. Chicago Prime, George over there too. So Kathy Delaney, that is the question. What Greg liked was the Erie Cafe. Yeah, New Star, of course. Johnny's the best. D'Agostino's, yeah, that's good too. Jimmy's, that everybody likes that. We bought 15 books. That's Mary. That's about our guest on Friday. Rosemary, of course. Rosemary and Seymour. How are you doing? Of course, great seeing you guys. We have Indiana, California. We have LA, Santa Barbara. Our friends from New Jersey, Ohio, Wisconsin. Capitol Grill, Joanne Lulo says. Okay, there's another one. To each his own, folks. Kathy says we were cutting out. Okay, there you go, Kathy. All right. So that's good stuff. It's today, actually, if you guys don't know it, today is National Mom and Pop Restaurant Day. And people should know that people should be supporting local establishments all the time. And that's what it's about. So go out and do that. That's what we need to do. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about, folks. As I mentioned yesterday, I think I found out 2 days before the TikTok, the live stream. Have you seen this? I think this was actually on Instagram. If I'm correct, there was a birthday party, a live stream birthday party. I think I mentioned this before, a live stream birthday party. And the girl was celebrating, and the girl shot her cousin on the live stream, and then shot herself. This was on live stream. Actually, this was going down at the same time. I mean, wow. Is that crazy or what? General, yes, Greg is the best. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Tomorrow's our anniversary. Tomorrow's our 2-year anniversary. Thank you. David Antonelli, thank you yesterday. Looking forward to tonight at Rosario's in Roselle for my sister's birthday. And my good buddy Jeff Dubray will be with us. So we're excited about that. We talked about a lot of things. There's some more dates coming up. The 7th of April, we're at Zaza's in Lake Barrington. On the 9th, we'll be returning to Tavern on the Point in Edison Park. April 10th will be at the Speakeasy in St. Charles, Ronald Estes Speakeasy. On the 16th, we'll be back at Postatanos in Oak Brook. On the 21st, we'll be at JC Pub in McCook. On the 23rd, back at Taverna on a Saturday night. The 28th will be at Venuti's in Addison. The 29th, the 30th will be at Port Edwards in Algonquin. And of course, the 14th will be at at Riley's Gathering Place in Elmhurst with my new rock band, Mojo's Jukebox. So excited about all that good stuff coming up. All right, folks. I think I mentioned this yesterday too. Let's see here. How about this? A horrible story. There was a man denied access to his flight. He could not get on his flight, folks, to British Airways. He was supposed to fly home immediately, emergency, because of a kidney problem. They were doing a kidney transfer for his heart, for his kidney, And because his passport didn't match, he was denied access on the British Airlines and he died. If he would have got on that airplane and got to where he's supposed to be to get this kidney transplant, he might have not died. So the question is, okay, passport, the guy's going to get a new kidney, or if it's a new heart. Stuff needs to be done here because the passport was a little iffy. They didn't put him on the plane. The guy was sick going into the plane, on the plane. This is a matter of life and death. Don't you think the passport might have been a little bit afterwards? We can check that out. Horrible. And the person ended up dying. So I know everybody wants to be safe right now, but this guy is dying, and because his passport was a little shaky, the blood clot killed him. Horrible as it is. Mark, how you doing? NASCAR, hello. Angelo, Robert Provenzano, the general, how you doing? My good friend. All right, so what do we got here? According to ABC, a tree trimmer dies after contact of power lines. I always wondered about those guys. You see them working on the trees or working up at the lights and stuff. And, you know, those lines, man, poof, puff, you're dead. Electricity. I remember I was a kid once. We were playing some backyard party, and it was wet floor, and I touched the microphone cord, and I just got a little bit of a jump, thank God. But I just knew that little bit of a jump almost destroyed me. And I knew another friend that I went to a grade school with. His name was Lee Mugnolo. Andrea Mugnolo was my old drummer, my old friend from St. Vincent's in Elmwood Park when we went to school together. And his brother Lee was making an announcement in, I think it was a Taste of Melrose Park, if I'm correct. Not his brother Lee, his brother Joey, the younger brother. And it killed him instantly. So kudos to these people that have to do this for a living. But here's a tree trimmer, excuse me. This is horrible. I mean, that's got to be a tough job. You should have went with the Mexicans. Oh, there you go. Kathy, how you doing, honey? It was great seeing you over there at Bocce, over there in Elmwood Park. They do a pretty good job over there at that place. Okay. I don't care. I love this quote. This was sent in by Manny, my good buddy Manny. Thank you, Manny, for sending this in. I don't care how much you don't like me. The last time I checked, the road to heaven wasn't through your backyard. Right? I mean, you're going to get that, folks. And we talk about this all the time. The jealousy of this, and you got that, and you did this, and you did that. And like I always say to all these people, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you're from, whatever part of the country, no matter what nationality, no matter what, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And one day can change your life. One day can make your life. So everybody has it. So that's important. March 29th is Vietnam Veterans Day. Boy, all those people who did not make it home. So thank you for all those people who fought for our country, even the people that are fighting for our country now. And it's just horrible. What else can you do? Instead of, praise these and have these days to honor these soldiers and first responders and people that work real hard here, folks. Chicago sometimes, if you're watching, of course, yesterday, Mayor Lori Lightfoot fully expects to return the Columbus Day statue. We know that back in 2020, Columbus Day and negotiations back in 2020, when all that crap was going on, Mayor Lightfoot was talking to our good friend, Mr. Ron Onesti, of course. Negotiations about, because everything back then was they were taking statues down. They were canceling TV shows. They were talking about this and no more this and no more Aunt Jemima and no more Uncle Ben. So the cities and rioting and looting and all that stuff was going on. It was a crazy world in 2020, which if you think about it, was only 2 years away. But in the middle, they were negotiating. Obviously you should know the story, but they were negotiating during the day. Things were going okay. And then in the middle of the night, she took the statue like a coward that she was. And then Ron Onesti sued. And then, last year we bought the statue back for the Columbus Day Parade, and it was very successful. But now this made the Chicago Sun-Times. Remember, Ron Onesti has a big lawsuit against the city So now she seems like she is coming to change her mind a little bit. And like Ron Onesti said on his page, on his Facebook page, a little one day, one step at a time, one day at a time. So hopefully, and I talked to Ron Onesti this morning. We were talking about trying to get, we're talking about my show that we're doing on the 29th, fine tuning that. And what he's hoping for, that we get the Columbus Day statue for this year on October 10th. If we can get that day and announce that the Columbus Day statue would be back with the parade, I think it would be a big success for everybody, but we'll see. But right now, the mayor is just a little by little. But who knows with this mayor, man? Remember, because her dick is bigger than our dick, according to her quote in the paper a few weeks ago. International Piano Day for all you piano players out there. Happy International Piano Day. I love this day, folks. April 18th, 1923 was opening day of the very first New York Yankee game. And I'm excited about baseball. A lot of changes now. The second base is a little bigger. The National League now will have a designated hitter. 30 doubleheaders at 7 innings instead of 9. I'm excited for baseball. I am, and I'm hoping I hope we can get a good season, even though it's not going to be a full season. Hope we get the statue back. Yeah, Robert, General, I agree. Arago Day would be great if we can get it on that day. Or if we could get it on Columbus Day in October for the parade, would be just as good too as well. But we need to bring that statue back. And if they bring the statue back, folks, it's also got to be protected. There's got to be some sort of protection around it. Just can't be back up there again because some smart-ass jag was going to knock it down again. Talking to return the statue to Grant Park. There you go, Albert. That's what I think it's going to go back to, Grant Park. That's what I'm thinking. Hi, Tony. Lightfeet has a strap on. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. She has to, because isn't she the female in that relationship? I mean, I don't know. I don't sleep with them, so I couldn't tell you. But I care about our Italian culture and stuff and getting that statue back. Amen to that. Patrick had Kathy Columbus Day. John Leonardi, how you doing, my good friend? Vice president of the Italian Sports Hall of Fame and a very good friend of ours, John Leonardi. So let's hope. Like I said, I talked to Ronnie today, and let's hope to bring that statue back where it belongs. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Walmart. Wow, this is weird. This is bad news for you people who ride bicycles and wear the helmets. Now, I don't know how many people ride bicycles, and if you do you wear the helmet when you go riding? I don't know if you guys do or not. There you go. Patrick Hess says, I'm not even Italian, and he cares about it. And I would too, Patrick, if it was a German statue. If it was an Irish statue, I just don't want the monuments that's been there that caused nobody any problems all these hundreds of years, thousands of years, leave them alone. Of course, I'm a little bit more prejudiced because I'm Italian, but I wouldn't want a monument that's been there forever. Why does it need to be taken down? So, Patrick, thank you for that. I appreciate that, buddy. All right. How many people ride bicycles and wear the helmets? Walmart, ladies and gentlemen, is recalling 100,000 helmets. If you're buying bicycle helmets at Walmart, 100,000 have been recalled. Wow. So I would look into that. If you wear helmets when you ride a bike, I don't know if you even ride a bike. I haven't rode a bike in years, so I still know how. I just haven't done it in a while. Young liberals hate Columbus. Yeah, Roseanne, that's true. But you know what? Everybody had a past at those statues that are up there, whether it was Lincoln, Washington, Kennedy, anybody, Roosevelt, all these statues, Martin Luther King, whatever it is, everybody's got some sort of background, some sort of closet that they got, whatever. Not that kind of closet. The other one we're talking about. Anyway. The U.S. Capitol is finally opening its tours to the public after 2 years. Now you can go visit the Capitol again. It seems like the U.S. Capitol is back to normal again, accepting tours now. I hope they don't destroy the statue when they put it up. Well, Kathy, that's why we were talking about if it goes up, Kathy, they have to put some sort of protection around it because it needs to be. It just can't just be thrown out there again because some asshole will destroy it. That's for sure. Talking again about the Oscars again, Chris Rock, Will Smith. Now Will Smith, of course, apologized to Chris Rock. Crazy stuff. It's interesting, though. Listen to the people's names I'm going to mention to you that never won an Oscar. I'm going to tell you something. Listen to this. Charlie Chaplin, Orson Welles, Alfred Hitchcock, Ida Lupino never won an Oscar for their work. These are legends. Charlie Chaplin, one of the greatest comics of all time. Orson Welles, Alfred Hitchcock. So it's just weird how this stupid Oscar is. And then of course, the wife was getting upset. He went up there. A lot of people thought it was planned. Edward G. Robertson, there you go, another one. I heard that might put cameras. Well, that's what they're talking about. Put cameras around it, Tony Toto. I totally agree with you, brother. They should do something. But, of course, that's going to cost more money for the city. And they don't want to spend. The less they have to spend, the better it is. And that's just me. Here. I love this quote, guys. I love this. If we think about this, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day, right? That day, everybody's Irish. The 18th, 19th, St. Joseph's Day, everybody's Italian. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, everybody's Mexican. How about on the 4th of July of this year, we all become Americans? All become Americans on the 4th of July this year. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we need. Bring back some sort of normalcy in this world. And we were talking about the crazy stuff that the Oscars was the lowest rated in history of the Oscars being on. Nobody watching that shit. And now everybody's watching it now from the reruns, going back and finding it on social media because of the hit of Will Smith and Chris Rock. And like I said, I mentioned this yesterday. This was not shown on television when Denzel Washington gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Samuel Jackson, but they did it off the camera. Oh, it wasn't on TV. That's something that should have been on TV. Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel Jackson's got a career of movies, is great, and so does Denzel Washington. So that moment would have been kind of cool, but that was not put on television. Wednesday the 30th, what do we got here? We got some birthdays to talk about. Ronnie Rice from New Colony 6 celebrates a birthday. Kathy Sorcy, of course, Rick Sorcy's wife of the Cave Dwellers. Kathy or Kathleen, happy birthday, my dear friend. Jimmy Zito is the brother of Phyllis Sahajas, married to Nick Sahajas. And, of course, that's the reason why they do the St. Jude's benefit, which is going to happen May 1st, Sunday at the Arcada Theater, where you can still get tickets at oshows.com for that one. But Jimmy Zito died today. Oh, not today, but back in 2015, on March 30th, 2015, they lost Jimmy Zito. So I hope Phyllis, I'm going to see Phyllis and Nick today. We're starting rehearsing and stuff for my 30th anniversary party. So prayers go out to Phyllis and Nick today on a crazy day. Broadway superstar Michael Feinstein celebrates a birthday. Country legend Reba Mcintyre. Someone says she's 67 years old. Wow. She doesn't look 67. But happy birthday, Reba. Eric Clapton, slow hand. The master of guitar, Eric Clapton, turned 77 years old today. John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard turned 62 today. Michael P.S. Hayes of the WWF. Woo! And Kurt Hennig, Mr. Wonderful, for all you wrestling fans out there. WrestleMania is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 2 nights. Can't wait. I can't watch it on Saturday, so I have to tape it. But then I'm watching it on Sunday the whole day, so it's going to be good. Tracy Chapman, talking about cars, celebrates a birthday today. All right, folks. Again, if you're just joining us, I got to play with Joe Catafio yesterday and Jimmy Sands of Shadows of the Night and Keith Grant and singing Gloria. I mean, he had that song when he was 16 years old, and that song was put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's pretty cool, man. So Jimmy Sands still kicking ass out there. It was an honor to perform with these three great legends here yesterday. Thank you, Dave Antonelli, for driving me yesterday. I appreciate it. Every time a bird craps on my car, I eat a plate of wings outside on my porch to show them what I'm capable of. Thank you, Keith, for sending that in. Again, I mentioned National Mom and Pop Day today. National Mom and Pop business day to day. We need to go out and support local establishments. We need to go out and support local entertainment, live entertainment. So that's what about. Happy National Business Owner Days for the mom and pop business owners. And that's what makes it work. The Wall Street Journal, this is kind of cool. You know, I'm always into artifacts and I'm into prehistoric stuff. Wall Street Journal said they found a prehistoric human remains in a luxury condo in Florida, buried underneath. I love that stuff. If they can bring back dinosaurs, whoo! Jurassic Park, I would love. I'd get a ticket for that. Absolutely. Love Joe. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, Joe is a great guy. One of the best. And I got to sing with him and Keith Grant. We did I Should Have Known Better by the Beatles. So it was a great success. We had a lady on Facebook yesterday on social media. And this we talk about this on my show a lot. We see it a lot on social media, but it's never on main media news. You never see it. I don't understand why it's not, but there's these child molesters or teacher molesters and stuff that are happening, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a social worker, whether it's an entertainer, whether it's a priest, whether it's a Boy Scout, a scout, whatever, and things are happening and none of these people get in trouble. It doesn't make sense to me, and it's never on the main media. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to hide it. The pedophile things. One lady was on social media, said one of her, one that she was abused by, is actually still a teacher at Fenwick High School. This person, this lady was on social media. I'm not going to say her name, but she said that one of the people that abused her, folks, was still a teacher at Fenwick High School in River Forest. Just take them from one school or one church and take them and move them to another. Horrible that shit's going down. All right, folks, I know I'm a little bit crazy. That's part of my charm. And if you don't like it, then get off my unicorn. Thank you, Bonnie, for sending that in. Bonnie from Franklin Park, Illinois. Okay, so I got a funny joke. I know you probably heard it a million times already. Since this Oscars, since this Chris Rock and Will Smith thing, here it is. What did Will Smith leave on Chris Rock's face after he slapped him? The answer is Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince. Oh, good one. Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Folks, Sunday, May 29th is 30 years of Tony Ocean. It's going to be great at the Displays Theater. We're going to have so many great guests. The Jersey Girls, the Rat Pack, Dream Police, Matt Cassane, Diva Montel, Regina Karma, Kim Peterson-LeFew, Denise Tomasello. We have a list and a show, and it's going to be great. And it's brought to you by Ron Onesti and Nick Hodges and the 10-piece band. Mojo's Jukebox doing the after party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Starts at 3 o'clock. It's in Displays, folks. Sunday, May 29th. Please come out and support us. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have new T-shirts, CDs, a lot of great stuff, folks. oshows.com, oshows.com. I've got a couple videos coming out to promote the show, so we're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sunday, May 29th at the Displays Theater, and all you need is to go is oshows.com if you haven't bought your tickets yet. All right. Florida, this, according to Fox News, folks, good news here. According to Fox News, Florida, if you're living in Florida, too bad it's not here in Illinois, which will never be, but I feel good for my friends from Florida, my good buddy Greg Reedy out there. Florida registered Republican voters outnumber the Democrats for the first time by over 100,000. Unbelievable how everything's changing in Florida, and hope it'll start changing everywhere else because the change needs to be done. Okay, ticket sales for Chris Rock's new comedy tour. Tickets are flying off the shelves. No shit. No shit. Of course they are. It was almost like it's planned. Will Smith got his movie coming out. Give the guy a hit. People are going to go see that movie or talk about Will Smith. Chris Rock doing a comedy tour. Okay, maybe he does well. I don't know how popular Chris Rock still is, right? But now, bam, now people are going to go see him even more because you know when he's going to be talking live on his show, he's going to talk about the event. He's going to talk about the slap. On John F. K's birthday. There you go, Albert. His slap was good for publicity, Albert. It absolutely was. And then I love Jim Carrey from Canada. Funny man. He says he despises the spineless people that gave Will Smith a standing ovation. Really? Then it's okay to go slap somebody? Like I said, it's wrong. It should have been done backstage, beat the shit out of each other, not live television. So, all planned, my opinion. According to NBC Chicago, and we knew this, folks. I didn't need to tell you this. Illinois is among the highest tax burden for residents is Illinois, one of the highest. Of course, we knew that forever in Illinois. How many people before the pandemic, 300 people a day were leaving the state of Illinois. I see people leaving all the time. All the time they're leaving. It's crazy. Also part of that 30th anniversary show, we got my good buddies, of course, Tony Toto, Dana Rondi, a lot of great people joining us for that show. Daryl, Jeff, a couple of guys, Napolitano's going to do. So, see, remember, people saying, how can you have this all done in 2 hours or 3 hours? People are going to be singing songs with each other. So it's not going to be any like you do two and you do two and you do two. It's not going to be like that because it's got to go quick. I don't want the people to be, I want the people to have fun, get up and dance. Your anniversary is presented on JFK's birthday. Oh, thank you, Albert. I did not know that, but now I will know. So thank you. Hey, tomorrow is, speaking of anniversaries, my 2-year anniversary tomorrow here, Ocean's Pit. Me and my lovely wife celebrating the 2 years of Ocean's Pit. A lot of fun. And then Friday, my good friend Patricia, former Honey Bear, will be on. She comes and sees me a lot, and what a sweet lady. She sent me some great pictures of her as a honey bear with the bears, and fantastic she was. And, of course, promoting the book, Missing from the Sidelines, the untold story of Chicago Honey Bears NFL cheerleaders. Patricia will be our guest on Friday. So a lot of good stuff happening here on the Pit. All right, so what else we got here, folks? People who own spiders, bats, snakes, anything that could kill you. I want a snake. My future son-in-law, he's got a snake. Stanley, I think his name is. And, you know, he picks them up still, but you got to spend a lot of time with them. But some of these guys, you can get bit. It's pretty scary stuff, how many people die of snake bites and spider bites and stuff like that. So very dangerous. But you got to love them, though, because I love all God's creatures. According to NBC, 5 million new job openings for the first unemployment people in the United States. So there's 5 million new jobs opening, and still people that are unemployed or can't find jobs or won't go find jobs. I mean, that's the question here. Are they really looking? I don't know, because there's 5 million new job openings according to NBC. Now, we talked about the teenager that fell off the Death Tower, that ride in Orlando Icon Park in Florida, and we're finding some more things about it. First of all, the lady that was the teen who was on there, the weight limit was exceeded. That means was too much weight on there in the first place. That's why this thing fell. Also, one thing about it, though, the seat belts were still on. The seat was tied on this teenager who fell. So the weight, I don't know if there are too big kids or too many kids on this particular ride at that one time. But it's just brutal. Love you too, Joey Nask. Hope you're feeling well, my friend. So those rides, man, always scare the shit out of me. Hear about this now? You can't call a person gay anymore. Now it's queer. Queer is okay, not gay. First of all, I don't care what you do with your business. You're a cross-dresser. You're not a cross-dresser. You're whatever you want to do. I don't care in this world. It really does. There's so much shit going on right now. That's the least of my concern. But I did get pissed when the guy it won the swimming thing, and then we talked about that when he was swimming with the male swimming team, he ranked 243, and then when he became a woman supposedly and swam with the women, he became number 1. So that bothers the shit out of me, really does. But I don't, it's crazy. The kid was 66, 350 pounds and 14 years old. Holy shit, Richard. Now that I did not know, but it did say weight exceeded. The kid was 66, 350 at the age of 14 years old. Holy cow. The Governor DeSantis did sign the bill. You're right, Albert, that now you can't call them gay anymore. You can call them queer. I don't know. I like to find out what they like to be called. I don't know. I really don't care. It's their business. Let them do what they want to do. It doesn't affect my life. And if it did, it wouldn't make a difference to me. They're human beings. Some people are just not happy when they're born of what they're born with. You know, I don't know. I can't imagine what people must be going through, especially during the times back in the 50s and 60s that if, God forbid, somebody found out they were gay, you were either, stoned, or you were either, criticized, or you couldn't get work. And it was just brutal. Years ago, we called them queer. That's right, whatever it was. So now they're changing it in Florida. I don't know, whatever it is. Let them, whatever it is, it is. Just crazy. Some things that they got to talk about every day. Talk about some good stuff if we can. I don't know if that's going to make a difference either. Of course, that horrible shooting at the Rosemont Outlet Mall. They finally found. They did not identify the guy's name, but the kid. Oh, they did find the guy's name. Is it right here? Oh, they did find his name. Joe Mateus, 18-year-old kid, was a guy responsible for the shooting in the Rosemont Outlet Mall. Crazy. Well, folks, it is what it is. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big. It's time to come to the end of the day. I want to thank my buddy Greg so much for being on from Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. And right next door, he's got the next door, the Joint. Great pizza place. Great place if you have not been out there yet. In the summer, it's got voted the best outside patio. So thank Greg for being on. Tomorrow, 2-year anniversary. And thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you, Joe Catafio yesterday, Keith Grant, and Jimmy Sands of Shadows of the Night. My good buddy Dave Antonelli. Tonight we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle, celebrating my sister Tanya's birthday. The kids are coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. 7:30 showtime. Tomorrow we'll be at Zaza's Cucina in Park Ridge. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with return of Rhino Ryan. Saturday we'll be at River Cafe in River Grove. Making an appearance will be Mikey and Marty from Joe's Jukebox. That's going to be this Saturday at River Cafe. And then don't forget, folks, the 29th of May, I'm going to push. Get out and get those tickets for my 30th anniversary party at the Des Plaines Theater, brought to you by Ronald Nesty at oshows.com. Get your tickets at oshows.com. Thank you to our lovely producer, April. Thank you so much. And we want to thank my son, Joey, who's up in Florida on work with Portillo's. Of course, he works for Portillo's company as a marketing guy. And if you're looking for a fundraiser, Portillo's can help you, folks. That's right. Give our son Joe a call at 224-636-3646 or go to jfank@portillos.com and get that fundraiser for your organization that you're looking for. And let's not forget our good buddy from Patriot Funding Incorporated. That's Dave Antonelli at its finest. Commercial money lending in Roselle, Illinois, up to 100% financing available. We can help you buy your building. Cannabis sales, hard money, commercial properties, all types of, they do it all, folks. That's Patriot Funding Incorporated. You need money, you need it now. This is the guy to do it for you, Dave Antonelli, 630-675-4730, Patriot Funding Incorporated. I want to thank you all for watching the show today. Everybody going out and support the local establishments, live entertainment. Don't forget to go to Hardcore Italian Chicago and like the page. Hardcore Italian Chicago and like the page. We have a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys this week and keep going out and supporting local establishments. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. And to book a show, give us a call at 847-769-8609. Thank you guys so much. In the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Have a great day. God bless you, folks. God bless you. Nick, take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony.